Over the past few weeks, I've been updating some of the oldest Sims 4 meshes and bringing them up to what I think is a more modern standard. But along the way, I realized something really important. My own meshes, my own work, it also needs fixing. A lot of you out there pointed that some things were off, and honestly, great eye, I love to see it. Thank you for keeping me grounded like that. So today what we're doing is we're going back, improving 3 of my own custom content pieces. We got the mega coffee table, the mega bookshelf, and the mega desk. Now, each one of these meshes actually has 3 key issues with it. And because mama didn't raise no I'm gonna go back and fix them all and take you along for the ride. Let's go. All right, first main issue, we're actually starting with the coffee table here if that wasn't already apparent, is, hey Joe, that's supposed to be a runner, not different colored wood slats. Okay, I hear you girl, I got it, let me take care of it. So first off, we're gonna delete those slats in the middle, or at least the markers which denote those slats. And hey, let's make a runner. We're gonna take a plane right here, make sure it lays nice and flat on the surface. I'm gonna have it overhang a little bit, round off, bevel those corners, which look pretty nice. But because it's a plane, it hasn't got any 3D thickness, so I added a solidify modifier here. Yep, get that out there a little bit, give it some thickness, mark some sharps, but we still want our crisp line, so I added a little bit of geometry down the middle there, just having a little look. Yeah, I think it overhangs enough, but it's still a little bit flat, I think. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go through, add some more loops like this, and slowly move some of them up and some of them down to make it a little bit more uneven, as if it was fabric, because there ain't no way you're putting a runner down and not having a little bit of a kink in the chain, so to speak. Let's get over to the texture real quick. I wanted to improve my wood texture a little bit here. I had a white highlight before, and I'm now changing this out for a black highlight with more kind of blurriness on it. I'm kind of playing with these values. It's not where I want it right now. But my thinking is that if I take a black edge and I lower the opacity, I think it's not as in your face as a crisp white edge. And as I dropped the opacity there, I was really happy with how this looked. You can also see how the runner is going to look in the end, but I wanted to show you the process of doing that as well. This is actually what the coffee table looked like as soon as I put it into Substance Painter after doing my little UV unwrap. I wanted to show you how I went about coloring this new little runner. So first, I felt I needed to establish my base colors. Now, I'm knocking on the door of 30 years old, so of course I had to go with a bit of millennial green. Why not? That didn't seem to work. It looks like I screwed up the mask right there, but now you can start to see it come together. We're going to have 2 green stripes on the side, nice little cream in the middle. Check this out. I struggled to find a decent cream color. I'm all over the shop. I'm thinking, yo, Joe, why don't we do a little bit of a green in here? No. Way too much. Let me find a cream. Let me find something neutral, a little bit easier on the eyes. That's it. A little bit more orange in there, Joe. You got it. You got it. No, that's too gray. No, that's too dark. There you are, champ. You got it. You got it. That's it. You spin that shit. You see how that looks. I think that's really, really nice. But right now, it's flat colors, and I'm trying to level up my texture game. Now, how can I bring this to the next level? You want to add some fabric normals in here. See, I added this kind of pinky fabric normal on top, but I took out the color. So the pink is gone, but the effect, the roughness, the depth, the height is still in there. And you can see it's got this kind of scratchy texture to it, which I really like, and it's something I have drastically been missing in my current CC. You'll see a lot of texture improvements throughout this entire video, but this is one of my favorites right here. I think it looks absolutely fantastic. Okay, one of the other critiques which I got was, yo, Joe, your textures, they're just far too big. And you know what, chatters, commenters, everyone? You're damn right they are. My textures are 2K, all right? They're 20,000, they're 2,000 pixels by 2,000 pixels, if not a little bit bigger, okay? So this is what I'm doing. I'm taking my base color, my normals, and my roughness, throwing them in Photoshop, and I'm downscaling them to 1024 by 1024, which is a far more manageable size. Also, side note, right here you can see I'm making my own normals. Gone are the days of using empty normals and empty specular maps. Your boy has done the required reading and he knows how to make his own maps now. It's a little bit confusing, but there is a few videos out there, and there is also the Sims 4 forums which helped me guide me through this. Sorry. So now I'm just going to pop it all together in Sims 4 Studio, and let's have a look in the engine. This looks great. I'm a lot happier with this outcome. Look at those little shadows in there, really adds to that texture. Sorry if you get motion sickness, we're doing an orbital thing right here, but I'm really happy with this one. Let's move on to the next one, see what else we got. Next up, we have got the Mega Desk. The biggest concern that I had from everyone in the comments of this video was, yo, Joe, I like the idea of the boxes, but dog, they look plastic. So I thought, bet. Here's the new vibe. I looked at fabric boxes. I actually looked at reference. Your boy was being lazy. He wasn't looking at references at all. So we've started with this smaller cube and I added this lip, rounded that off. I'm kind of playing around this top section. I wanted it to be part of the main mesh, but I thought, you know what, Joe? Make your life easy, separate it. You got a lot more control there. We're just, we're trying to see where and how we want this to attach. I just kind of like embedded it in there. You're not really going to see that section. That's not a problem. The handles were a huge concern for the gamers, okay? So we fixed that. Check this little proportional edit. Whoop, we can pull that shit out. I love doing that, man. So the handles looked horrible before, but I went with this new sort of style with the two buttons on the side. Cue the buttons. There they are. We love that. Just stretch that out a little bit. And I think that was really one of the defining factors of what was making the boxes look so crap last time. Let's pop one of these down here, scale it up a little bit and see what we can do. Oh, the back's a little short, no problem. We'll just pull that out a little bit, no problem. We need more storage for the Sims. So we've got one in place. Let's add some more. We've got a nice little blender array modifier right here to make that a piece of cake. Oh no, they're too wide. No problem, we can fix that in a bit. Okay, texture is a huge part of this as well. They looked plastic. We want to make them look felt. We want them to look nice and kind of like you want to go out and you want to touch them, you know. You go around those stores and you're like, oh, what kind of how tactile is this? Can I put my fingers on it? That's what we're trying to go for here. Similar thing with the runner. I found a substance mesh, I found a substance material which I like the look of. It's kind of a felt kind of vibe, and you can already see that is coming to life. Okay, look at that gray. It looks wonderful. The contrast in colors is absolutely fantastic. Big fan of that. Also adding a little bit of ambient occlusion here. Okay, a little bit more depth in those shadows. Okay, another huge issue with this mesh. Joe, your textures are too large again. Don't worry, I learned this one. Your boy has done the reading this week. So you can see a little time lapse on screen of me going through, changing the normals, the size of the textures, the roughness, making a specular. We actually use something called DDS instead of PNGs and JPEGs for Sims 4 meshes. It's practically a JPEG or a PNG, but it has an alpha layer on top of it, or at least underneath it, which is really, really cool. The final thing, and I love how you guys point this out, was, Joe, you are using the same mesh for all of your LODs. Simply put, this means regardless of the distance or settings that you use, you will be using the highest quality mesh, and that's just not performant. That does not give you the best performance. So I went through, you have now got 3 LODs both in the main mesh and the shadow mesh, so regardless of what you're playing on, you will be able to use the CC without much performance hitches anymore, and it should all shade very nicely as well. Very, very time consuming, but absolutely worth it for the final product. I think possibly the biggest improvement that you may see this video. The drawers are looking fantastic. The fabric, fluffy and tactile. The shading is wonderful. The wood is up to date. Let's move on to the last mesh and fix that one as well. Alright boys and girls, last but definitely not least, we have got the Mega Bookcase right here. I'm going to be 100% honest with you, possibly one of the worst, at least untidiest meshes I've made in a while. Rip out the back, rip out the shelves, let's do it nice and easy. We're doing individual meshes for individual shelves. More control, less finagling with geometry, trying to make it all one mesh. Let's fix that. But the biggest issue I saw in the comments was, Joe, the wood is not flowing the correct way. Okay, and I get it. You got the sides going up, you got the shelves going backwards and forwards. I mean, look at it. It's an absolute mess. So what we do about that and how we fix it, it's all down to the UVs, boys and girls. You want to make sure that your UVs are facing the correct way, or at least the same way. If you want all the shelves to have the same texture, i.e. the wood going from left to right, you make sure the UVs of your shelves are going you got to make sure they are facing the same direction, every single one of them. I wanted to up the texture on this as well. I wanted to up the quality of the texture, not the resolution. Big difference. Reintroducing these darker sections for the doors and for the shelves as well. Those pieces which are marked in white actually have those has that separate color on it as well, which is really, really cool. Now, the books, they were flat, they were dumb overall. Look at the note, the books looked whack overall, and I am so appreciative for you guys pointing that out. I should have put more effort into it. So I found this leather texture, copied it a bunch of times, and colored each book individually. So they actually have a cool texture on it, and we'll get a close-up of that in a minute. Again, little time lapse. Your boy has done the reading. Custom normals, custom specular and roughness. Okay, we're in Photoshop controlling the levels. I'll give you a little rundown on this really quickly. The white means it's shiny, the black means it isn't. That's all it means, long story short. Now, LODs and shadows. You guys were so good at this. You saw that the shadows on the books were out. It's like, hey, I can see a black line about it. That's because my shadow mesh was out, because I was lazy and I rushed it. And I'll own up to that. I'll be the first person to say, yo, I screwed that up. So we're going back and amending it. And on top of that, we are getting free LODs as well. So regardless of what computer you're running The Sims on, you can use the CC without massive performance hitches. And this is what it looks like now. The wood grain is consistent. Those books have got little specks on it, a little bit of extra shadow. And look at it amongst the other CC we've been making. I think it's a step in the right direction. Oh, a little comparison as well. I forgot I even put that in there. So there we have it. 3 major issues fixed with some of my earliest CC pieces. Texture scale, LODs, Maxis match, shading. This is all part of learning, and it's all part of getting better. Honestly, it's really fulfilling and satisfying to go through some of my older work and bring it up just another notch, tidy up a few loose ends, and just make everything better overall. If you made it this far into the video, please consider subscribing. I would greatly appreciate it. We've got much more content planned and all the way when it comes to Sims 4 CC. Head over to my Twitch channel if you want to see some CC creations live as well. We do it over there, twitch.tv/just_Joe_. Let me know what you want to see fixed next. I need the ideas. Let's see what you got. If you got some Sims meshes which you think stink and they need a little bit of love from me, let me know down in the comments. Thank you again, boys and girls. I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you all in the next one. Cheers.